Do you ever sit in meditation feeling that the back of your neck starts stiffing up, lower back, your hips? Do you feel that sometimes when you're just at the time when you really want to go deep and find the calm that the teacher is talking about, that you feel internally you're in a tug of war with yourself? If you are, good news. I'm going to give you a few different tips and ways of sitting down that might make the whole thing much easier. So the very first thing that I'm going to suggest, and I know some of you are going to cringe because you want to sit cross-legged and looking very much like a professional meditator. I'm talking about myself. I did want to do that at some point. But I really recommend that during your meditation, you become your least ambitious self and go to a place where you can forget about the body. You can forget about all of that and allow this energy to settle down. So sitting on a chair might just be the best thing you can do to get what meditation is all about. And once you've gotten what meditation is all about, you can slowly change to different methods that you prefer. But I'll start with the alignment. You kind of want to have the head in line with your pelvis. You don't want the neck to be working hard in any way. And it may be worth just checking before you practice. Where do you feel the neck, the head? Being really comfortable, sitting on the spine and with the neck that is soft all over. Find that place. If, as you meditate, this gets tiring, you feel you're holding yourself too much, allow yourself to drop a little bit. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. Fair enough that there's more work going on here. You're closing the back of the neck. You're closing the path of your breath because your navel to your solar plexus is kind of dropped. Your head is heavier. But sometimes that might feel like a rest. And that's fine. You can do that. You can do whatever you need. And then be aware that if you come back to your normal, natural posture, that your breath is going to come easier. So, but it's not the end of the world to be here. But be aware that to be here, your body prefers it on one level. So you may find yourself yo-yoing at the beginning. It's okay, as long as you are in the right place. But this will definitely feel more comfortable than sitting with nothing on the floor, cross-legged. So that's your first option. Second option is to use cushions. Now that we are practicing at home, a lot of us, and not so much in the gyms and in the halls, you have access to plenty of cushions. You can also use blankets if you want. But again, the idea with this is so that the knees are either in line or a little bit below the hips. This is what I have heard many say, below. For me, it's really about the ability for my legs to fold away. So in no way do I feel that I'm holding my legs. If I sit, which is now is very available to me, is comfortable. If I was to take this out of the way and sit in a way, after a while of relaxing, my torso would want to go back. And I would have to bring the torso and the legs somehow together to keep myself straight. And this then, after a while, gets very tiring for the hip flexors. So sitting on something like that really helps this is not happening. You're no longer going to be folding backwards or having that feeling of going back and then having to resist with the legs. So much more comfortable. My favorite way of sitting is this straddle pose. I usually sit with these 2 blocks, sometimes with 1, like that. These are yoga blocks. And just with I want to show you the different angles. Comfortable like this. If this is too much for you, you could always sit with more and find what works for you. Okay. This is what I like to use. I usually go between this and this, which is a butterfly. A lady I know I've met in a workshop, she makes them. She was a physiotherapist and also a yogi, and she found out that a lot of people have problems sitting cross-legged. So she designed this. And again, if you see, there is kind of a slope to it, and it helps you sit in the same way that we sat with this. It helps you sit with the legs drop to the side. And this usually comes with another a kind of something else underneath that you can basically increase the height, and you can even buy additional ones. So that's an idea. A bolster, which you might, if you're a very serious, dedicated yogi, I would say you need to have one of them. Well, I say need. No, you don't need to have one of them, but you might want to spoil yourself to one. Because, I mean, you can use this in different ways. You can use it in yin yoga practices. And again, same thing. Nice, comfy, knees can be a little bit wider, feet a little bit closer, and comfortable like that. One of the things that I wanted to say was when you're meditating, you want to make sure that underneath is not too soft, not too hard. So in some ways, I mean, when you sit in, soft is okay. Soft is better than basically too hard. Because if you sit, for example, on something like that you can buy on Amazon, which is a meditation kind of little bench. And again, it has that tilt. If you sit directly here, your body will harden because the sitting bones are hard. So you might as well put a little blanket or a soft, what's the word, towel, and sit on it like that. So I've given you a few different ways of sitting. You have the chair, the cushions, the blocks, the butterfly, the bolster, and a meditation bench. I don't know what it's called, to be honest. So in summary, you want to generally have a natural spine, which doesn't mean the neck forward and dropping like this. You want to be able to sit upright without having to engage and work this too hard. So if the base is higher, it's easier for the spine to have its normal curves. Okay, I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you have found something that you may do to improve your meditation.